a prisoner of the what did I call them? The Oyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, the black eyes.
Black eyes.
And you said this guy's. You say he's bound head to foot. Crossbow.
Yeah, I try to educate him to the true believings of the civilized communion of San Stelena.
The sunrise communion of San Stelena.
Yeah, I think I call him Monday.
All right, he's got a name.
You know, the special thing is, I guess I'm overusing the voice a little bit too much on him. You know.
Overusing the what? I'm sorry, I missed that.
You know, the voice.
Oh, the voice.
Down to the mind. Some less civilized person call it brainwashing. I call it educating.
So far, he has definitely been affected by it so far. Right. So what happens next?
Okay. So I guess I'm happy for us to I'm happy to take point. Once fire's been put out, camp's been struck, general tidy up and whatnot. I guess once I'm sort of up and moving about again, I'd be keen to get us to the eastward towards the kind of the waterfall and following the. Are we actually at the bed of the? Are we actually at the riverbed at the moment? Were we on kind of? Trying to remember.
You're on sort of a sort of pebbly, rocky shore, just at the edge of the. It's actually if the water level is higher, you'd be in the river.
Sure.
It's the bed of the river that you're in, and so you guys had gotten washed down the river last time, and then you sort of walked back up to the point where the rope was, and that's where you made camp.
Sure.
Can we ask this guy? We have a map, roughly like a map like what we see here, right? Something that's guiding us, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Can we ask him, like, point at the map and ask him what's up the river, up north of us? Because there's an area that's not filled in.
Yeah.
Or where he came from, or where there might be more of them. Like that would primarily be. Like, I don't want to be walking into his territory.
So that would be a job for Prospero to speak.
Yeah, Prospero, can you
One moment, please.
Yep.
No worries.
One.
Wenn ich jetzt rangehe, kann ich nicht so lösen.
So I guess for my guy.
Sorry, I had a short problem to solve.
No worries. So I guess for my guy, I'm trying to get everyone east without making it too obvious, because I know I'm trying to keep secrets from the rest of them. I'm trying to work out if it's sort of because I just don't trust them yet, or because I want to make sure I can get all the healing properties to myself. I don't think my guy would necessarily be that selfish. I don't think he necessarily needs to be. I think it's just a matter of trust.
Yeah, I think I have a bond with you that says Grendel is keeping an important secret from me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's necessarily malicious. I think it's just cautiousness. So I'm kind of.
I thought we had established that that your concern was basically that I'm going to get there, and my magic is somehow going to wreck it or ruin it.
Yeah.
Like you're not sure what I'm going to do, or if
Sure.
I'm going to try and bring a bunch of mages here.
You'll be like, hey, let's just do a ritual here, lol, and
Yeah.
sort of thing. Okay. All right. Well, I'll I think I'll let you carry on with interrogating the guy.
Yeah.
I figure maybe I'm mulling over the idea of like I'll probably have a chat with that wizard when we're on the road, which might be why I'm keen to be like, hey, let's head east, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I proposed to the guy that I would release him if he serves us as a guide.
Really? All right.
I mean, some other guys escape anyway, so I think most of them will be hunting us down every night anyway, so why not?
So your proposal is you will grant him freedom. I mean, you'll release him from his bonds if he will be your active guide, or just tell you about. You want him to actually accompany you?
Well, I offering him to join my little group of. I don't really know how to call this too.
Companions. Companions.
Yeah. I think you call them your responsibilities. Okay, so Parley, roll charisma for that.
Okay, one moment. It was
/R space 2d6 plus your charisma.
It's a 9. I get a condition.
So he Monday. He says. So he's very. I don't want to say he's not meek, but he's definitely like a little afraid of you. Even though, I mean, you did sort of kill some of his comrades, but you get the impression he's more afraid of you because of all this talking you've been doing. And you make this proposal to him, and he says, I will guide you only along the water. I will do what you say, but I will only guide you along the water. No further, and he gestures, and he says, no further Atambwe. Oh, and you know what he says, because you, sorry. He says no further north. But what he actually says is toward the bird.
Oh, yeah, I shown in direction of the east where we are heading and said we want to go there and look there. And I explained him elaborately that I'm looking for my corpse, that I'm reincarnated from a dead body and I'm looking for the body. It should be rotting somewhere here. I don't know how
why doesn't he want us to go north?
Crossbow.
Yeah, I translate the question.
He says that that is the land of my people, and if they go there, they will kill you and kill me, because I have fallen into your hands.
Well, I propose that we go to the east, if you want or enjoy breathing, you know. Because if you want to get killed, just tell me, I chop off your head for you.
Why do we need to stay near the river?
Yeah, I translate. More or less.
Yeah, what's in the jungle?
If we stay along the water, the jungle belongs to my people. Between the river and the cliff, the jungle belongs to my people. If we stay along the edge of the water, they will be less likely to find us. They already know you are here. If any of my people escaped last night.
So you're saying that that if your people find you hostage and bring to our communion here, that they will kill you too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, would it be better for you to just join us then? I promise that I handle you equal to the bows of these humanoid beings in my company.
I just shrug.
I roll Parley again. So you're offering him a new bargain. Join us as an equal.
Yeah, but after he's proven some compassion.
After he's proven compassion?
Yes. So we keeping him on on rope,
Okay.
And like I would say we go along the riverside, as he said. It sounds reasonable because it's a location where we are heading anyway to find a place to go upriver.
Okay.
And well, it couldn't harm. And besides, I'm a religious sailor, so I do all kind of crazy stuff.
Okay. Well, you have. So then we'll sort of that bargain. If you get to where you're going and he doesn't betray you, you're saying you'll make him an equal
Yes.
at that point. Okay. All right. So then that's that. He will definitely do that for you at this point. So you have a new follower.
Sweet. Okay,
You're
keep
going to
that
use
going.
the follower rules from Perilous Journeys. So right now, all you need to know is that he has +1 quality. He has -1 loyalty. He's got 6 hit points. He's jungle-wise, athletic, and stealthy.
Oh well.
And I assume you're not arming him?
No.
Presumably that would be subject to him proving himself, as you were saying.
Okay. And he is, so his suggestion is that you, or his request is that you, let me see if I can, I'm going to draw a line on the map here. Since you guys want to go east, he's going to suggest going along the water like that.
Got it.
You guys see that line?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, anything else you want to do before you set off on this journey?
No.
All right.
No, I think all good.
So, Prospero, since you're letting this guy guide you, so you're gonna roll. He's going to explore the unknown. He's taking point. He's being scout for you because he's going to be in front, guiding the group, and using his wisdom to do that. So you're going to roll 2d6 +1 on his behalf. The +1 is for his quality.
So in lieu of him having the 6 normal stats, he just has a general +1 quality.
Right, and the +1 quality applies to anything that his tags match,
Cool.
or if he has moves, or he doesn't have any moves, but they apply to that. Oh yeah, warrior was the other tag, because clearly the guy's a warrior.
That's true.
One moment. Oh yeah. Yeah, he got an 8.
Okay.
I think we all had a bad morning.
So you roll me do 60-12. Roll 60-12. I know, crazy number D12, right? But it's a computer.
Yeah, why not?
So that's you, Vandel. Roll 60-12.
Okay.
This is to see what you guys find along the way.
60-12? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that will be fun.
Right.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Wow.
Okay.
A lot of low numbers.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
if that's good or bad.
Monday, you get about half a mile. You get about a mile. You're basically down along the shore, and you think you're about where I'm putting this X. And he stops, and he points ahead, and just ahead of you, there's a there's an area of the ground where the jungle, all the foliage, all the undergrowth, all the plant life has kind of withered and turned white. It looks like some of the trees have they appear to have died and are kind of bending over, and all their leaves are hanging down. All the foliage has kind of wilted on the ground, and everything, it looks as if it's covered almost as if somebody dusted it with ash, like white ash. So there's this large portion of the jungle that's like that, and he stops. And he says, Poison land, we can't go through that. We have to go into the jungle. We have to go north to go around it. So that's what he tells you.
Can we ford the river at this point?
To go south, you mean?
Sort of, well, I suppose, could we skirt it and go east? Could we?
Oh, yes. Okay, you mean go into the water and go around it?
Not necessarily. I'm just weighing up options here, but does this ash kind of spread into the water at all, or does the water look relatively safe? Might that be an option?
The water looks relatively safe from where you are.
Okay. So,
yeah, I'm asking Monday what he thinks about the proposal.
I guess I point to the water for Monday and shrug.
Okay, Grendel, roll 1d6. Wherever else you guys do that, it's just the die. He says that this part of the river actually falls off pretty steeply and becomes pretty deep pretty quickly, but there is enough of a rock fall. He sort of, after that request, he kind of goes ahead and scouts out a little bit, and he thinks that there's enough rock fall along the edge of the water, mostly submerged, that you guys could pick your way across it, as long as and he sort of casts a kind of concerned glance at the larger body of water. He says it should be safe.
Yeah, I'm going him to the water, and I explaining him what baptizing is, and request him to kneel down so he can get the bless from me for the future quest, so that we walk the water and it may serve in the reflection of the moon in the water surface, may baptize him on the name of Monday.
And you're gonna name him, I see. So you're asking, okay, so he doesn't really the role oh boy.
I lock and roll eyes with Erwin over while this is going on.
Roll a 6, just 1 6-sided die. 1 6. 1d6.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not having
my Monday.
No, he sort of steps back and looks at you, and says, "You may have deafened me with words of your God, but I do not believe in that in her. I won't do this for you."
Well, this is the first day from many days to follow. We'll try another day.
Are we close enough? How close are we to this dead patch? I mean, is it in sight, or can we?
Yeah, you can see it. It's like 20 yards away.
I want to cast Detect Magic and take a look at it. Look at it with my magic eyes. So yeah, I get out my spell book and I'm just, I'm ignoring whatever the silly paladin is doing with his savage over there, and I wave my hands around and I'm casting Detect Magic. Woo! I detect all the magic.
Wow, you sure do.
So yeah, my eyes kind of sparkle and kind of glow, have a weird glow about them.
And to you, your eyes sparkle, have a weird glow about them, and then when you close them, there's a burned impression of this white area on the inside of your eyelids. There's a residual image of it.
Yeah.
Which to you is a clear sign that it's in fact of magical origin, whatever it is.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to it. I'm gonna walk right up to the edge.
Okay. Yep. You walk right up to the edge.
Before he goes, I want to try something at least. I'm going to just grab him on the shoulder just to stop, not hold him back, but just hold him to get his attention.
Yeah.
Say, look, Owen, I appreciate this is magic. This is your thing. I can see what's going on here. But before you go, I want to give you some words of encouragement. And I crack out my bardic book, my book of Baroque Chalcedony, and I basically, which isn't really a song book, it's more of like, I don't know, I don't really know what book it is, but I have an idea of what's in there. And I just start going, walking in this old sort of Baroque rhyming lilt, kind of like, I don't know, be like Hebrew or something, where there's this kind of rhyming lilt to the words, and just try and start saying these things. And what I'm trying to do is perform my arcane art and give Erwin an opportunity to get +2 when someone aids him the next time something happens, rather than a +1. So basically, it's kind of like me saying, I want to give you good luck. Whatever this is, you go for it. I'm going to let you do it. And hopefully give you a bonus. How does that sound, Jason?
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome. In that case, I shall roll plus charisma. Plus... Oh yeah, I forgot. I've got -1 charisma. So I'll change that plus to a minus.
Oh.
Okay, my ancient Hebrew stroke Chalcedony isn't quite as good as I thought it was.
And could you, Joe? Could you, Banner? Could you roll 2d12?
2d12. 4 and a 1.
Okay, Monday, so you do that. Monday looks at you weird, like, what is this other weird stuff they're doing? And takes a step back behind Prospero, up onto the land, away from the water, sort of alarmed. And Prospero looks over and sees there's the water here is pretty slow moving. It's all this sort of mid-level lakey area where you guys are right now. It's not a lot of current, and something ripples through the water in a large sweeping motion that you can't see. The surface of the water ripples in a large sweeping motion. Just like probably like 20 feet offshore.
And we all see this, or only
only Prospero. You and Erwin are kind of engaged in your exchange, and Monday notices it and pulls back. Prospero notices it, but you guys don't.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm screaming out something big in the river and draw my blade.
And what do you guys do? The other two.
I'm walking towards the ash.
Okay, hand comes off shoulder, leave you to it, drawing my... What is my thing? Oh, a bow, yeah. I'll draw a bow, that'll work.
Okay. And did you mark XP for your...
I did.
Okay. So Erwin, so this ripple, so when your attention is drawn to the water, Grendel, you notice the remains of this last ripple kind of fades back to the usual surface of the water. But Monday doesn't look alarmed, but definitely like anxious and kind of he's sort of in a half crouch, and he says to Prospero, "We should stay out of the water." And Erwin, you get to the edge of this area, which is not. It's like roughly. It's sort of like a. It's not. I wouldn't really call it a circle. It's like a kind of a big ragged patch that is covered in this matter, or it seems like it's covered. But when you get up, you actually see that it's not covered in ash. Everything is actually like white, and desiccated to the point where it's kind of flaking away into this. It's turned white and is kind of like turning to. In some places, actually turning to powder. So instead of being covered in something, the actual vegetable matter is being turned into something. And the ground, so all the lower ground cover has died and turned into like, it's almost like if you took powdered chalk and mixed it with water, right? So it's like this chalky, muddy surface, and all of the at least for like a 50-yard stretch along the shore, all the vegetation is like that. On the far side, you can see that the vegetation looks healthy again, and that extends up into the jungle, and the tree cover gets so thick that you can't tell how far it goes. But as far as you can see, the trees have died.
Okay. Yeah, you said it's not like a clean exact edge, so it looks kind of like organic, or maybe something was spilled here. I'm gonna poke. I'm gonna take my staff and just poke at some of the things. I'm gonna look at it, pull my staff back, sample it. I'm gonna, discern realities here.
Okay.
Take a close look at everything. It's ash. Not really paying attention to the river.
I slowly step back to the land and
It's not like this party's had any problem with rivers up to this point. They'll be fine.
I got
one question.
Unless someone wants to help.
I've given you all the help I possibly can with that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. No more help from the bard. So what here is useful or valuable to me?
The powdered vegetation itself is useful or valuable to you potentially. Like you feel like it's magical. It deserves potentially some more research. It could give you. You don't know what it does, but it is evidence of whatever has happened here, and it still has magical qualities. It's not just the result of a magical effect. It actually has some kind of magic in it.
Okay.
But you're concerned. You also realize that given that it appears to have destroyed every living thing in this area, that touching it with your bare skin is probably not a good idea.
I'm gonna ask if anybody has like gloves or like a sack.
I'm pointing at Hervin, explaining to Monday, you see how hard this is to keep humanoid beings alive.
Has anything happened to like my staff? Like when
No, your staff is fine.
My staff's fine.
It's got a little bit of the stuff accumulated on the end of it.
Yeah, I would turn around and ask if anybody has like, some towels or a tarp or something. I could put some samples of this stuff in.
Well, I mean, I'm probably wrapped. It's probably stupidly risky, but I'm probably wrapped up pretty well already, right? We've established that whatever I've got is kind of forced me to keep kind of wrapped up. So possibly I've already got gloves and stuff on. I don't know, maybe.
I would say yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I probably have got enough coverings to keep to handle it. But I probably would be saying to him, I think before, if Owen's like, hey guys, has anyone got anything to help me pick up this magical ash tree up? I'd probably be asking him first and foremost to focus on whatever's going on in the water and not his magical cocaine tree. That's not going anywhere, whereas we don't know what's happening with the water. So I'd probably be kind of getting him to come back over here or something like that. And motioning and keeping an eye on what the water's doing and what Monday's doing. I want to see what his reaction is to what's going on in the water. You mentioned before he's kind of anxious. Has that changed at all in the last few seconds?
No. He's all of his attention is on the water. I mean, he glances over at Erwin, and then Prospero says that thing about having to take care of him, and he hasn't said anything at all. But his attention is still primarily on the water. Yeah.
And the ripples have died down.
Yes.
Okay. I want to try discerning realities about the water. I want to start edging closer to it, bow drawn, trying to keep an eye on basically all the kind of nature in the environment. So keeping an eye on what's going on under the water if I can, seeing if I can kind of observe what's going on under the water or where the source of the ripples were coming from, anything like that. Really just edging forward to the water's edge carefully as possible. Okay. Roll 2d6 plus... That's a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. One question.
Yep.
What's about to happen?
You believe that there is some kind of creature. From the shape of the ripple, you believe that it's possibly a large snake or eel from the way that it moved, or maybe even a big tentacle, like some kind of large sinuous shape moved through the water. And you think that maybe it was just sussing something out, but it has the potential, given the size of it, it has the potential to strike at any moment out of the water.
Alright, I start taking steps backwards again. I guess we don't need to kill it. I guess that probably proves we should start moving into the jungle. That probably convinces me to head into the jungle, and that's the route to take. So I start heading back towards the jungle.
Just right away from the water. Just heading.
Yeah,
in.
away from the water. I'd have to get to Erwin first, so I guess I move back towards where Erwin is for now.
Okay, so you move back towards the white stuff.
Mhm.
And Prospero, what are you doing with Monday?
Yeah. I think we observe.
You're staying where you are and you're observing? Okay.
Bro, what are you doing? I
Watching the
shout
water.
from like the other side.
He's got his sword out. Okay, so you reach Erwin, and Erwin's like still, I guess, asking for something.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, having come back, are you still asking us? Like, okay, well,
Yeah. Until I can get some sort of container to get a sample.
okay. I'm trying to think if we've got anything like that we could use.
But then after that, I'm all for going around this.
Yeah, totally. I think I look at you, I try and match you eye to eye, and say, Erwin, if I get you a sample of this stuff, what are you going to do with it?
Well, I'm going to find out all the magical properties and see what happened here.
So you're going to research it. Is that going to make you any money?
Don't know. Probably,
Alright.
maybe.
All right.
Never
Well,
know.
look, I'll get this for you. This
It's a
time.
new land. That's what
Yeah.
we're here to discover. The flora and fauna of what is the name of the continent we're on?
Oh, I had that written down somewhere. Atabask.
Atabask.
Nice. Okay. So basically, I say to Erwin, I'll get the stuff because I don't care. It's like my body's just like ravaged anyway already. I don't know what this disease is, so I'm a lot less fussed about that. So I'm like, I'll get the stuff for you, Erwin, but I want to cut to the spoils.
Sure.
All right.
Yep.
So I would like to, let's see, I've got my wrapping, so I can just grab the stuff. I couldn't wrap it in leaves or anything like that. I've got some bandages. I guess I could kind of fashion a little bowl out of them to keep it all wrapped up in. Would that be enough?
I mean, it is sort of it's like a powdery kind of material, so if you're actually worried about the safety of it, you're going to need something.
Secure.
Yeah, and there's only, Prospero's the only one with adventuring gear, right?
Right.
Yeah, unless you can come up with some way, because your wrappings, they're gonna be like linen or.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
keep my skin like.
So I
protected.
guess you could fold a little pouch, like you could take a leaf, put
Yeah,
some powder in there, and then fold a little pouch around that, and that could probably be relatively safe. Yeah.
for the moment, at least until I can lag a bit of adventuring gear off of Prospero or something.
And I'm gonna summon up an unseen servant. I'm not gonna carry this thing.
Cool. Good idea.
This stuff's insanely dangerous. I'm not carrying.
All right, I go and try and grab this stuff as described, which probably is defying some kind of danger.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna defy danger with I'm gonna say wisdom, just because you have to be really careful.
Yep, cool.
Pay attention.
And I mark XP for my unseen servant.
You both are getting
7.
level up much faster than I do.
I needed 1 XP to level up, which is why I'm doing some stupid things already.
Okay, so you're you've got your little leaf and you've got your gloves on, and you reach down and you sort of snap off some part of a plant, which immediately crumbles into your glove, and you go to pour it into the leaf, and a wind kicks up off the water, and it's going to blow the dust out of your hand. So you can quickly put it into the leaf, but there'll be a puff of dust that you might inhale, or let the dust go.
I'll let the dust go. It's probably more where that came from. Whoops. We've got a whole cocaine tree over here. Who cares? So that one goes. It's like, all right, give me a minute.
Okay.
On your cocaine tree, go to get another one carefully. More carefully this time, and I try and shelter myself in a little bit.
Yeah, so this time you don't even have to roll. You get it this time.
All right. But it takes me.
So you have one. Erwin, I guess if Erwin's going to carry it, he has one. We'll call it one use of this white powder.
Okay.
Well, I failed my spell roll, so.
Yeah. Okay. So you failed your spell roll.
So I just throw it at you. Here, catch.
So at that moment, so you, what does it look like when you try to conjure an unseen servant?
I kind of have to like wave my hands around in like the area in front of me where I want it, roughly kind of like where I want it to appear, and it'll be like, you know, it like glows brightly for a second, then disappears. But I can, you know, I can sense where it's supposed to be.
Okay. Okay.
It's invisible to other people.
So you like do that. You sort of turn away. You don't want to summon it right in the middle of the white powder area. And Grendel's kind of intent on trying to gather this stuff up. So you turn sort of to one side of him, facing the water, and you do your thing, and make like a conjuring gesture. And instead of the unseen servant, the head of a huge eel-like creature emerges from the water, and rears up over you, opening up like these lamprey-like jaws. And rising about like 8 or 9 feet out of the water, so it's looming up over the both of you guys. And you, as the person who just summoned it by accident, or drew its attention to you by accident, get to say what you do first.
Blah 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 blah. I'm probably gonna turn around and run away from the shore for a good, you know, until I'm a good 20 feet away from the shore.
Are you running into the jungle?
Yeah, I'm running, into the jungle, out of range of this thing.
And Grendel, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm going to run away too.
Okay. You're going to both run in, and
strategic withdrawal.
And Prospero, what are you going to do?
Well, I would say it's straightly attacking us.
It's what?
Well, I have already my blade in my hand.
Yep.
I try to chop it.
So you're gonna run at it, and it's like it's about 20 feet away from you right now and facing these two guys. So you're gonna run in that direction?
Yes, because you know I always have vision of big, long things eating me up. You know, so there are some stuck up aggressions.
Big snaky things. Are you so? Monday is offering immediate resistance since you've got Monday. Are you actually connected to Monday? Like, are you holding onto a rope that's connected to him?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's not going to run with you. So you're going to have to let him go to or drag him.
Well. You know, I don't want to force anybody for, force fellowship, but I said that I keep my promise, then I give a little bit trust in you to stay here, and I handle this thing there. Decide for yourself if you want to run away and face your the other members of your civilization, or if you want to stay with me and prove my trust.
Okay, so you're ordering your followers, so you're going to roll plus your followers' loyalty, which is -1. So 2d6 -1.
Well, I initially wanted to use my voice on him.
Oh,
Which is roll plus charisma. I'm the ball.
so 1 second. Let me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, do it.
Yeah. Okay, please be loyal. Yeah, fantastic. 10.
Okay. He is going to hang out right there. So you let go of him, and you run towards the position where this creature has emerged from the water, and Erwin defy danger with Dex to run away from this thing. All right, so you make it into the woods, but you immediately get lost. Like you break through the initial barrier and stumble down a hill and into some bushes, and then when you pop up out of the bushes, you have no idea which way you just came from. Grendel, you defy danger with Dex to get away from the guy.
Eleven.
And you're gone.
Sweet.
And you make it, yeah. So you make it into the jungle, and you said you wanted to go a certain distance into the jungle, or did you just run for it?
Me, I was at least at first I was following Erwin.
Okay, so you see Erwin tumble down this hillside, and you come through up above him and kind of plow down that hillside as well. So Erwin's not lost because you're there for him.
Sweet.
And the thing sort of lunges down and snaps the air right behind you, and then pulls back, having gotten none of you. And Prospero arrives, and you're facing this. Its head is about the size of a horse's head, and it's got this silvery white scaly body that extends back into the water, which it's rising out of. So it snapped at Grendel and Erwin, and then pulled back, and now it's kind of still sticking up out of the water, turning its attention toward you.
Towards me.
Towards Prospero.
Towards Prospero.
Yeah, you two guys have faded into the jungle successfully.
We don't know where Prospero is now.
You know he's.
Well, yeah.
You know he's back at the water. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, that's mean like hack and slash. Okay, 1 moment. 6 plus +1. Okay. Oh.
No.
I don't want to get eaten so fast by a giant snake again.
Right. Well, it could. So the thing lunges down. You raise up your sword, and before you can swing, it clamps its jaws on your shoulder. Roll 1d10 plus 1 for damage.
How much?
1d10 plus 1.
Ooh, wow.
Minus your armor.
Yeah, which plus 1 minus 1.
Okay,
Oh,
so you take
4 damage.
4 points of damage, and it has picked you up off of the ground. So it's you're pretty heavy though. You've got your your armor on and all you got your sword and stuff. So it basically clamps onto your shoulder, digs like these serrated teeth through your armor into your flesh, and then yanks you up off the ground. And you're heavy enough where it clearly wants to like pull you all the way back in the water, but it only manages to pick you like 6 feet up off the ground. So your feet are kicking in the air, and you're suspended, holding on to this thing.
Perfect position to be heading it.
Yeah, with lots of leverage, right? Plenty of place to put your feet. So you're going to try to cut off its head? Or at least stab it? So yeah, do hack and slash again.
Okay. Let's see what comes now. Yeah. Okay.
So it's going to use one of its moves instead of damaging you. So you can damage it.
Yeah. I'm going to look. Okay, close, +1 damage. Okay. It is like... Okay. I have it. Okay. Yeah. 6
Ooh.
damage.
Wow. So you hack into its neck, just below its where its jaw meets its body. You hack your sword in there, and then it yanks back and plunges you into the water. So it pulls you back underwater. So you don't take any damage, but you are now submerged underwater with your sword half stuck in its neck.
Can I jump in with something?
Yes, now you guys can act.
Thank you. Just first of all, to double check, is Erwin relatively safe right now?
Yes, you guys are basically in the same general spot.
Okay, so kind of survival instinct kicked in to just, kind of pick your battles, right? Doesn't seem to be much of a reason to pick your battle against this thing initially. So, hence, hightailing it with Erwin and made sense. But as I'm legging it out of there behind Erwin, and coincidentally checking my character sheet and reminding myself of my bonds with Prospero, specifically the part where I owe Prospero for finding some good contacts within the Saint Serena's order and their powerful healing magics and such. I suppose I'm like kind of reminded in that moment, so kind of a moment of weakness of running away, and then realizing, no, I need to go back for this guy. I owe him something. I need to get back. So I kind of glance over, make sure Owen's okay, and then sprint through a double tail and sprint back to the water's edge to presumably find him plunged underwater.
Yeah, so when you get back to water's edge, Monday is still in his same position, and he's just kind of like staring wide-eyed, like not knowing what to do. He has not broken and run. He's still where he was. And there's just the ripple of where the thing went back underwater with...
No sign of it whatsoever.
No sign of it.
All right, okay. No sign of Prospero even either?
No. I mean, wait, so when you came back up out of the kind of bowl that you guys were in and came back out of the jungle, you came out just in time to see, like, his Prospero's foot go into the water. So you know that's where he is. But there's like, the water's not particularly clear right here.
Sure.
But you know where they went under.
All right. I want to try and get the monster's attention again. In fact, there's two things I want to do, and I'm unsure as to the order. The first thing I want to do is draw my short sword and just stab it into the nearest chunk of the old cocaine tree to get it covered in that white powder.
Ah, okay.
Then the second thing I want to do is get the creature's attention.
Okay, so you run over to that, you draw your sword, you stab it into a tree, there's a puff of white powder that you're careful to turn your face away from. Erwin, what do you do now that you've regained yourself at the bottom of this?
Well, I kind of pick myself up, and as I'm dusting myself off, Grendel just turns around and starts heading back. And then I don't want to be left, of course, don't want to be left in this jungle by myself. I'm going to cautiously follow him.
Okay, so you're
And be
careful.
like, hey, wait up, hey, whoop, hey.
Okay.
And if we get to the clearing, I'm careful not to get close. What I think would be too close to the water.
Okay.
I don't know for a fact what this thing's reach is. It came out 8 feet. I'm going to stay a good 20 feet back. I will be ready to, if I see it pop up or do anything, I'm going to be ready to, let fly with the magic missiles when that happens.
Okay, and Grendel, how are you going to try to get its attention?
That's an excellent question.
I'll give you a moment to think about that while we see what's happening with Prospero underwater.
Yeah, sure.
I have
So you're.
a question.
Sorry, say that again.
I have a small question about how you handle it when you reach enough XP for getting an additional move, especially when it's directly connecting to the situation.
I would say you still have to wait to make camp and level up, or end of the session.
Ah, okay.
Because, it's a campaign. It's not a one-shot.
It's still a
Alright.
fire underwater, it's fine, yeah.
Did you just get it up to level up, though?
Yeah, I think I'm holding my breath and try to kill it. It's stubborn.
So you're going to continue to fight it while holding your breath. So defy danger with Constitution. It's not just holding your breath in the water, you're actually wrestling a giant eel.
Okay, let me see. Okay, plus no. Okay, let's see how fast I rise. 86. Come on. Yeah, defying danger.
Okay, and the trade-off is that you're going to get -1 to your hack and slash roll.
Okay.
You do it. You don't. You manage to hold your breath and keep your wits about you, but it's such a struggle that, and you have no real. You're just sort of holding onto this thing and trying to stab it with your sword.
Yeah, I roll 8 for hack and slash.
Okay, deal your damage.
Okay, 6 again.
Okay. And roll 1d10 plus 1 for its its body wraps around yours and it starts to crush you. So roll 1d10 plus 1 for that.
Yeah, Oh wow, I can still subtract my armor?
Yeah, I'll let you subtract your armor for that. I mean, it's constriction, but it's not as bad as having your bones actually crushed when you have your armor on.
Yeah, so it's basically 9 damage. Because I forgot 1 point of armor before, so I'm at 12 damage right now. Wow, I have to check how much do I still have.
Yeah, what's your hit points at this point?
10 plus Constitution, that's 22.
Okay.
So I still have 10.
Okay. So you guys on the shore, you see the thing surges up out of the water. Its upper body is wrapped around Prospero. It's still got its jaws clamped onto his shoulder. It hasn't let go of that. So it's got his jaws there and it's wrapped around. So basically, and his arm is sticking out between 2 coils of its body. He's got one arm wrapped around his head, and his head is free. So he gets pulled out of the water, and he gasps for air. And you see him stab it, and then they're going to plunge back into the water unless you want to do something before that happens.
All right. I'm going to take a running leap and try and get onto kind of the back of this thing, or kind of the biggest chunk of body that's furthest away from Prospero.
Okay.
And basically try and stab the crap out of it.
Okay, so defy danger with dexterity to make that dramatic leap.
Five. I'm coming.
Ooh.
Useless acolytes.
Yeah, so you run down. It's the footing is totally unsure on this shoreline. There's these big chunks of wet, slick rocks. You step on one, slip and fall face first into the water. Erwin, what do you do?
Well, like I said, I had my magic missiles. I was, prepped and ready. I'm gonna let fly with those.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw unwanted attention.
There we go.
I think that will work.
And then
Yep.
roll your damage for.
Nice.
Pew pew.
Wow.
Well, it's totally 18 damage by now. This guy surely loves to get 6 damage.
So those bolts shoot out, hit it right before it goes back underwater, and Prospero, it actually releases you, and surges back up out of the water, and it's coming right at you, Erwin. It's smoking from the craters left in it by those magic missiles you threw at it, and it's streaming like a pinkish blood from the cuts that Prospero put into it. So it sort of shoots up out of the water, and it's coming right at you like an eel-shaped dart. And Grendel, it's right over you're down in the water and it shoots up right over you. But I'm going to say you're sort of too stunned to act from what just happened to you. And Erwin, what were you going to say?
Do I have time to get another spell off in time? Is this leaping towards me or no?
I will let you defy danger with dexterity to do it fast enough.
Sure.
Actually, forget that. Just do the spell, and then the consequences will
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
the fact that it's going to get to you fast enough. Too many rolls.
Yeah. Phew.
So maybe he gets the spell off at the same time as the creature makes. Is it like hack and slash?
God.
Well, he
Pew, pew.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess I'll do more unwanted attention.
Yeah, you're gonna have to choose something else.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll forget it. I'll forget the spell.
Just forget the spell. Okay.
Yeah, for today. Yeah.
So I don't know if Erwin's ever faced a giant
Nope.
eel before, but it's coming right at him, and he raises his hands and sort of takes a step back, and yeah, he does that under his. And the missiles shoot right into its open mouth and strike the back of its head and the inside, and basically kind of blow its skull apart.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
And the momentum of the body carries forward, and it sort of strikes the ground with a wet thud right in front of your feet. It goes, and then it sort of writhes around. The whole body kind of writhes around frantically for a few moments. And Prospero and Grendel emerge from the water.
Well, then they can see. Erwin puts his foot mushily on the thing's head with his hand raised, hat waving in the air. I did it! Look! Look what I did!
Can I just stab its corpse with my sword? If there's some white stuff left, just to prove a point and see what it does.
Yeah, so your sword got wet when you
Yeah.
in the water. But yeah, there's still some white stuff still on there. You stab it, and there's a degree of satisfaction in puncturing that thing's flesh, but you don't notice any immediate effect.
Cool. Okay. Well, I made my point, so I retract my sword, sheath it, collect myself.
Wring out your wet clothes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, what about the pouch of stuff? Is that still... Because I guess that wasn't really waterproof.
the pouch of stuff that you had?
Yeah, the stuff that we collected in a leaf and a bit of leather binding. I mean... Did that get...
So you had not handed that to Erwin... Oh, right, because he did the unseen...
No, I didn't. I was going to do his unseen servant.
That's
And I
right.
would suggest to make another unseen servant, but hey, it didn't go so well last time, so
Roll a 6-sided die.
sure.
So now can we get my sample?
Find out. A4.
Yeah, so you actually, when you broke and run, you dropped that.
Ah,
So when you search around on the shore, you actually find it again. So the little packet is still there, and it's unbroken. So you
okay.
successfully have that one piece of evidence.
Okay, so I go over to Erwin, and I've just got the ashy, smoking, like, patch in my hand and said, "Here's your damn sample." Enjoy.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll have to carry it myself.
this like weightless, this like half-ounce package.
Well, it's dangerous.
Deadly cargo, yeah. All right, and
It's a hazmat.
Monday, Erwin is looking at you with an expression of awe on his face. Like he's kind of slack-jawed by the demonstration of magic that he just saw. So he's just kind of like, no one has killed one of the lake dragons before, is what Prospero interprets his words to say.
Oh, that's what they call these things? Lake dragons?
That's what they call them. All right, so what do you guys want to do now?
So,
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question about the lay on hands. Can I do it for myself?
Nope.
Yeah, I think the ruling is no. It has to be somebody else.
Sounds a bit dodgy for a paladin to be up to anyway.
I have a healing potion if you need one.
Yeah, would
And I could also use my arcane art.
yeah, would be fantastic. I'm down more than 60%.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
Let me
a
send
healing.
you a few encouraging words in my magic book of Baroque, whatever it was, to the tune of. Wow. Oh, so that would be 1d8 damage if it actually successfully works. Yeah, heal 1d8. Let's see. Did not. Don't say I was the best healer in the world.
Mark XP.
Mark XP, and Monday's making a run for it.
Everyone's a critic.
It wasn't.
So what's happening?
Monday. With your interpretation of events is that Monday was a combination of impressed and terrified by Erwin's demonstration of magic, and unrelated to. Well, I mean, Joe failed his role, and the fallout from that is that Monday's running for it.
Oh well, I try to call him back.
In what are using?
Yes, the voice.
You can use the voice, okay.
Oh, happy day. It's hard to get an established fellowship.
Yeah, well, you know, when you kill 4 of his friends.
Bye-bye, Monday.
Yeah, he's gone. He runs off into the jungle.
Just when I get used to him.
Yeah, I didn't.
Like the asset in the last battle.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, I'll give you a healing potion. It's just straight up 10 hit points.
Without a word?
Nope, no rolls.
Okay, fantastic.
No dice hit the table. Nobody gets killed.
Yeah, maybe I should have tried this before.
So you're up 10. Monday's gone. Lake Dragon's dead. And you've still got this blighted area in front of you.
Yeah, let's go around.
Yeah, Erwin and me scouted it out earlier. It was fine.
Yeah, we found this real quick path we can go.
Actually, I feel responsible for Monday. Yeah, I think I will go looking for him because I think he will get killed by his other kin when he went back. Because I already accepted him as a future follower.
Okay, so Prospero's going to head off. That's actually in a different direction. So Prospero wants to go roughly back towards your campsite. And you guys want to head up into the jungle to get around this thing. And Prospero, do you just start moving off in that direction? Moving off after Monday?
Yeah, because I know I'm the better god for him.
Okay, so are you guys going to... Yeah, what are you guys going to do?
Erwin?
I'm gonna say, hey, Prospero, we're all going this way. That's what. What are you doing?
Because I still kind of owe him. I'm just Grendel's not particularly happy about going back the way he came, but on the other hand, he is kind of aware that he still owes Prospero, and if Prospero wants this little lizard guy, then so be it. Was it a lizard man, or am I?
No, he's not a lizard man.
He's not a lizard man. Okay. Once this guy, then so be it. So I'm like, I'm sorry, Owen. Let's get this done, and then we'll be back on the road. And I start heading after Prospero.
Didn't we give the guy his freedom?
You promised to give him freedom if he got you safely to your next spot.
Oh. Oh, all right.
Right now he's I mean, how is he bound? He's like his hands are bound, right?
Yes.
So but he can run. So he's basically running through the jungle with his hands bound. So you guys set off back in the direction that he headed. You go after him.
Yes.
So
I have to be a shepherd for those who are under my care.
yeah, he's off at a fast clip, disappeared into the jungle, and given that this is his native terrain, there's pretty much no way you can catch up to him or even track him, since none of you guys really know how to do that. But we have beyond the most obvious kind of tracking. So I'm afraid he has disappeared, unless you have some idea about how you could possibly find him.
Yeah, well...
If I catch up to Prospero, I'd say, come on, leave him be. We got to get on. We got to get on.
Oh, well, he knows where we are heading.
Mutter under my breath, yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm convinced that everybody have to choose his own destiny at some point. But I give him a prayer in my mind.
I'm sad that he's gone. Makes me sad.
Yeah. Monday,
Aw.
2015 to 2015.
Okay, so circumnavigating the blight patch. Is Grendel going to be the lead on that one?
Sure.
Okay. So roll scout ahead. Roll wisdom.
Taste it.
So you can get basically all the way to your destination. Well, let's see. With one day's journey, you can get to sundown with nothing else happening, or you can make a discovery. It's up to you. Or you can encounter a danger, mark XP and encounter a danger.
Let's make a discovery.
Okay. So roll 60-12.
Okay. For the 5s and 9s.
A
And an
very
8.
middle range things.
So you get to the far. So as you're sort of skirting the edge of this white ashen area, you can see it. The sunlight's coming through the trees, so you kind of keep it off to your right, and you manage to always kind of keep it in sight because you're just trying to take the shortest route around it. And you get around to sort of the north edge of it.
Mm-hmm.
It covers about a 50-yard span. Actually, you get further than the north edge. You start coming back around the other side, back down towards the water, and you reach a point where a large four-legged mammal has you come across its carcass, its corpse. And it has like a long neck, sort of like a giraffe, like a hairless giraffe almost. Is what this thing looks like, and it's lying on the ground, and its neck is sticking into the white lighted area, and from that point up to basically its upper body, it's all turned white. Its lower body still has color in it. It's dead and it's drained of all of its blood, but this white stuff has clearly overtaken or changed its body up until its neck is probably 6 feet long and it's kind of encroached upon that much of its body.
So just to clarify, its body is still relatively intact. It's only where the neck kind of covers this ashy shadow almost on the floor, if you like.
It's
so
actually
it's like an ashy pit. Yeah.
Its body's intact, but it has been disemboweled. So something ripped out its guts.
Okay.
Its belly has been opened up, and then there's kind of like innards kind of strewn about, and it's not recent. It's not like it's actually been you guess maybe it's been a couple days that this happened. But the really weird thing about it, given all of your experience with like finding dead things in the wild, which is not extensive, but you live in this kind of world, so you've seen it before. There's no sign of carry-on creatures. There's no it hasn't been taken apart and eaten by other wild animals.
No scavengers.
No scavengers. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. No sign of scavengers. Nothing has like picked away at its flesh. Nothing has taken away its innards. It's kind of untouched. It looks like, your best guess is like something killed it, and it fell, so its head landed in the white area, possibly. But after it was killed, maybe you don't know this animal to know well enough whether any of its insides were removed or not, beyond the actual the ones that were removed by the death stroke. Yeah, so that's like a weird.
Right.
Mm.
So something's out there killing these larger beasts. Any ideas? And I could always discern realities to look into this more or spout lore maybe. But any ideas what might have caused this thing's death originally? Natural causes or unnatural? What disemboweled it?
Something with claws.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
Maybe the animals, maybe it got killed here and fell into this stuff, and animals don't eat this, whatever gets this stuff on it. Maybe the stuff poisons the meat or something.
Makes sense.
That would explain why nobody tore it to pieces after the fact.
Yeah. Hey, Erwin, do you want to do any more research into this, since you've got some kind of, do you want to take it might be easier to carry a chunk of this thing's flesh if it's got the ash in it.
Sure.
That little sample.
Yeah, I'll cut up another sample if somebody,
Just don't get it mixed up with the rations.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'll take you say it looks roughly like a giraffe?
It's like got the same body shape as a giraffe. It's got like a long neck and a head. Yeah, but it's sort of it's got more of a hide than a hairy body.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a sample of it, a foot.
Cool.
I wish Monday was here. He could tell us what this thing is called.
Yeah, too bad.
So you're gonna hack off its hoof.
Yeah.
Okay.
A foot. Yeah, it's a hoof. Yeah.
Okay. So that takes a few minutes, and you're able to do that, no problem. And you can. It's still a little. It's not actually bleeding, but it's still kind of wet. And you're gonna stick that like in your. Do you have like a pouch or something? You're gonna put that in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things that are just saying like, Irving, don't put that into stew.
I will not.
Is there anything you guys want to do around this site?
Not particularly otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you continue your journey back towards the water side, and you get there with no problem, and you keep moving along the shore. This stretch of time, basically the rest of the afternoon, well, you guys break for like a midday, rest and food. And once all the excitement's died down and you're a little less anxious about being in the jungle, like the sounds, you're much more aware of like all the bird song and sounds and the kind of sound of the rushing water, and it's still pretty humid, but the sky's opened up and it's a really bright sunny day, and you're sweating under your civilized clothes. And after lunch, you're able to continue on your journey, and by it's not quite dusk, you basically get let's see if I can draw it on here. You basically get to this point, and from the shore here, you can see across. It's about it's quite a distance across this upper body of water between you and number 4 there. And from there, you can see this the huge wall of water that's cascading off of that upper cliff. And it's actually not so dramatically high. It's wider than it is high. It's like a huge, almost like a Niagara Falls kind of thing, just in a really, really wide cascade of water. And the entire, you can just see the uppermost edge of it where it falls over the cliff, and the rest of it is completely obscured by mist from all the moisture kicked up from the waterfall. And you can hear this distant, dull roar across the water from your position. And then from there north, there's generally an open, grassy, rocky area with lots of undergrowth, but not any heavy trees here between you and the cliff face. And the cliffs are the same kind of cliffs you guys encountered before, which are kind of this reddish, orangey cliffs, which go up about. Well, from where you are right now, you're estimating that they're about the same height as the ones before, which were like 40 or 50 feet, I think.
Mm.
Cool.
I would like to discern realities if I remember anything of this location, from my former memories.
Okay.
Well, I think I have shocking flashbacks or something.
you don't recall anything. In fact, you not recalling anything getting this far is making you question your memories in the first place. You'd like you would have thought that eel thing might have reminded you of the snake creatures that you have the nightmares about. But it was a totally different. Once you examined its head and its body, it had a totally different physiognomy than those things. So, you believe that Selena's leading you in the right way, but you're like drawing a blank as far as what this place looks like.
Yeah, I'm so shattered that I train my motivational speech in my head to myself, mumbling words about, because today I got a follower and then I lost him again, and I'm spiritually lost at this moment.
So yeah, Prospero's looking a little despondent there by the waterside.
If dusk is coming up, maybe this is a good spot to make camp in the kind of the shadow of the mountain, because if we get any closer to the waterfall tonight, it's probably going to leave us in a bad position. So why don't we cut it early for today, make camp here, and then we can set off early in the morning and just cross the river and cross the, what is that, like a lake, I guess, from our perspective? And
Yeah.
get to the waterfall first thing in the morning.
So, just to double check, we're trying to get to the base of the waterfall or to the top of it? Are we trying to get up these cliffs or to the bottom, the base of the waterfall?
Grendel's rumor, I believe, was that there's something behind the waterfall.
Yeah,
Something
on the
behind.
base itself.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, and actually, because that reminds me of something I was thinking of earlier. So, yeah, I think I want to sort of take Owen aside, I might have this conversation with Prosper as well at some point, but certainly speak to Erwin first and say something along the lines of, "Look, I'm going to level with you. I think I've got a very strong. There's a reason why I've been wanting us to head east all this time, and it's because I think there's something under the waterfall there. That's why, it's like there it is, sort of thing. And that's why I want us to get there. But I've been keeping it a secret up to this point just because I wasn't sure whether I could trust you guys. We've been going for a couple of days now. I've known each other. We've known each other since the boat, and so far so good. And I'm trusting you with this info because I think we've got a much better chance of getting something out of it with the three of us than any one of us would on their own. So, yeah. So it's like, there you go, cards on the table. Erwin.
Do you tell him that you know or you suspect that there's something there?
I don't think I know for certain. I think it has. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jason. I think it was just a rumor.
Yeah, it was just like a song you heard.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, of course. Yeah. So it's like, look, this is what it's like. I kind of show him my my clues, if you like. It's like, well, look, this song said about such and such, and that clue said about a waterfall, and this clue says about healing water, and so on. So, and I kind of draw out the map, and it's like, look, that waterfall there must be that waterfall. So that's what I think, Erwin.
The song refers to the first fall.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that right now. We didn't establish that before, but the song refers to the first fall, which is in your interpretation is when you've looked at maps of this place, this is the one. As far as anybody has explored, that would be the first waterfall.
The first like big waterfall sort of thing. Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess I kind of put my cards on the table and tell Erwin outright. I mean, to be fair, I suppose there's no reason why I wouldn't tell Prospero either. It's just I feel like I need to level with Erwin a bit more because Erwin, I say, but I'm telling you this now before we get in there because it's important to me because of my disease, and I need to make sure that you're not going to. I trust you to do the right thing when we get in there and not do anything that could jeopardize that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, we'll as you're talking and showing them this, Erwin's eyes probably get kind of, whoop, kind of get all wide. He's like, the healing fountain behind a waterfall. He's like, yeah, we'll make sure you get cured first. I mean, but we'll need to study and discover what some of the healing powers of this place. Yeah.
I say, so long as I get enough for my own needs, I don't care what happens next. You can go to town with it. You can get your whole sorceress guild down here for all I care. But if something happens and I don't get enough in order to keep myself healed, then it's gonna cause problems. Let's just leave it at that. It's gonna cause problems.
Okay.
Eye to eye. Do the little, eye motion thing. Just remember who got you that little pouch of white stuff. Just remember that.
No problem. Like I said, you're out here where we've got each other's back, so you're the priority. Yeah.
Well, I guess I look over to Prospero, who's currently, I don't know, is he ranting and raving to himself and still flagellating himself over these failures? Like, yeah, okay, yeah, cool, yeah, we got our back. I don't know. I don't know who put words in your mouth, Adel. I was saying that for comedic effect.
Yeah, I'm personally motivated to just like seeing what causes healing aspect. It would be cool if it's like actually the relic that I'm looking for.
Right, because you've got a specific relic that you're looking for that may or may not be related to this.
Yeah, so it's a good idea because already found giant snakes, so maybe next step.
Okay.
And the goal, so Prospero's goal in looking for this relic, and I mean he's trying to find the site of his previous demise, right?
Yes.
Where he actually died, and the relic he is hoping will do what?
To redeem me and to succeed in my quest, because the holy duty to end what the cycle started.
Okay, and it's not something that belongs to Selena, but something that she wants
I think it's like something sacred from the ancient first site of the religion here,
Okay.
and it from before the colony was destroyed.
Okay. Great. That's right. I forgot about the first mission all here.
Yeah, but you know, it's the mission is all about healing and so that sounds very promising.
Right. Okay. Making a note of it. All right. So you guys are gonna make camp. Who's gonna manage provisions?
I've got the rations. I can do it if you like, but I don't mind.
Okay, that's wisdom.
Seven.
You consume the expected amount of food and water. So you mark off 3 rations. Oh, sorry, 2, because Prospero's not eating.
Okay.
He's
We are
on.
down to 12 rations, guys.
And roll. Let's see. Let's have everyone do it. Roll 2d6. Roll plus nothing
Me?
to see if I'm gonna have Erwin do it. We're gonna see if anything happens at night. Mark XP.
Yay! Ding!
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Rats.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the night passes without incident because I get to make the call in that instance. So that we can just end up with you guys waking up and those of you leveling up get to level up. So
Cool.
you heal damage equal to half your max HP.
Okay, so we can also level up.
Yeah. We'll call this the end of. I mean, this is a good time to stop, and I've got to go pick up my kids pretty soon anyway.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
But we can ask the questions here.
Awesome.
Something new and important about the world.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, me neither.
Giant eel?
I think we also learned a little bit about Monday's tribe.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was
important. I think important is the key word. You definitely learned some new things. You all get an XP for overcoming a notable enemy, for sure.
Cool. I helped.
And then nobody marked. You didn't get a memorable treasure.
The pack of
Powder.
not really is necessary.
Yeah.
You don't really know what it does yet.
Right.
Like you haven't seen. Well, now I'll give you the point for that because you see that it's killed vegetation and it killed it. Yeah, and you've got a piece of it. So yeah, I'll give you a point for that.
Okay.
Everybody gets that. And then alignment.
Okay, let me check.
I discovered something about a magical mystery.
Yes, you discovered that it was magical and you have a sample of it. Yep, you get a point for that for sure.
Nice.
I would say endanger yourself to protect someone weaker than you.
Yep.
And mine is
what
perform
is
your art to aid another, which I don't think I did successfully. I mean,
right, you
No.
have.
I haven't really got the roles to do it, and I'm wondering whether my alignment's gonna. I don't know how you want to do this, Jason, but I'm wondering if my alignment might start shifting in the near future.
Oh yeah, you can totally shift it. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
I feel
Totally.
like it might be shifting or shifted towards chaotic, which is
So did you-
significant and unplanned action.
Did you try to use arcane art to heal Prospero?
I did, and I tried to use arcane art to help Erwin as well.
And both
Yeah.
times you failed.
Both times I failed because my charisma's -1.
Right. That's yeah. Yeah. So if you want to shift alignments, that's totally fine.
Yeah. All right. I'll shift it to chaotic then for next time.
The wild world is taking effect on you.
It feels that way. I'm feeling that. Yeah.
One
Okay.
moment, I got a call. Be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.